All right, hello everyone. Nick here with Brick by Brick Fitness, and welcome to our first Thursday talk. We don't really have a name for it, but hopefully every Thursday we start doing this where we go live for a little bit, anywhere between 5 and 20 minutes or so, kind of just talk about something besides just lifting. Being healthy has more to do than how much you can lift and how good you look. It's about, your emotional health, your physical health, obviously, and then your your mental health. So we're hopefully going to do this every Thursday. We'll bring a subject and feel free to ask questions or add any comments, join in the discussion, and we'll kind of just talk for a little bit. So yeah, today our first subject is going to be about why it's important to get outside of your comfort zone. So to me, the idea of being in a comfort zone means you're kind of being complacent. You're content with how you are. You might be happy, but how can you really be completely happy with everything in your life if you're not progressing forward? I feel like if you're just stuck in this rut of nothing bad is happening, but nothing really great is happening, then you're kind of at a standstill and you're not progressing. And if you're not constantly pushing your life forward, then I don't think that's any way to live a life. So for me, get out of my comfort zone is a big deal. It started all back when I started lifting. I mean, I was in middle school and I hadn't ever picked up a weight, and I was a little overweight. Kind of got made fun of somewhat, and then and I finally started lifting, and that was definitely nothing I was used to doing. And as I started lifting and getting more confident, I just loved it because you're constantly pushing yourself, and you can constantly make yourself make yourself better, and you can also always find ways to make yourself challenge yourself. So, but you with lifting, you can either increase the weight, change how you're lifting, change who you're lifting with, change the workout, but you're always able to change what you're doing so you never get comfortable and your body never gets used to what you're doing. Another way personally is with public speaking, like what I'm doing right now. I never thought I would have to stand in front of adults every day and teach, how to exercise and work out and stuff like that. I was the person back in high school and college when I got my name called to come up to the front and give a presentation. I was shaking, my palms were all sweaty. So, but by doing it more and more, I enjoyed the feeling of being uncomfortable because I knew I was making myself better. So just constantly trying to find ways to push yourself, and that's how you build up mental toughness. And anybody that's taken my class knows how big I am on mental toughness. Hey, Jess. Hey, Charlie. I hope she's feeling better. Anyways, yeah, so always trying to find ways to push your mental boundaries and make yourself tougher, because as I said earlier, if you're at a standstill in your life, then you're not getting any better, but you're not getting any worse. And then how can you be happy with your life? So when people are first coming into the gym, that's a big step for them, and that's the thing. That's the reason I started lifting, was watching people come from never walking in a gym, never picking up a weight, anything like that, to overcoming, body weight exercises, or even just walking in the gym is a challenge for some people. And that's so far outside of their comfort zone that the second they walk in, that they're already being challenged. And it's awesome watching them start from nothing to, going through body weight exercises, moving all the way up to actual exercises. And so with lifting, you can constantly keep doing that by getting new goals and setting new goals and breaking new PRs and all sorts of stuff. You can always break out of the zone. So just think for a moment about how you're in your comfort zone right now, and think of an aspect of your life. So it doesn't have to be the physical side. If you're already into lifting, then that's great. But think of something else. It could be with what your work is, or a relationship, or anything like that. But think of a way that you are kind of stuck in a rut, and it's not really progressing, and it's not really going backwards. But so that could be just being stuck in the zone. So think of a way how you can make that better. So if it's your diet or a relationship or even your job, maybe you're not challenging yourself. If you're at a job that you don't love and you just get in that cycle of you wake up, you go to work, you come home, you eat dinner, you go to bed, and you repeat for 5 to 6 days a week, then how is that any way to live? Maybe it's a job you don't love or something like that, but if you can figure out a way to break out of it by either asking for a different position or moving to a whole different career, find a way to break through it. So yeah, like I said earlier, I am constantly trying to push myself to do things that I'm uncomfortable with, like these presentations, or that's why these obstacle races have gotten so popular over the last few years, because people are realizing that they love that feeling of being uncomfortable. It's not, it can only be so fun crawling in the mud under barbed wire and carrying rocks and doing heavy stuff like that. But the point is that I believe that people deep down love being pushed past their limits, because when you're getting pushed past your limits, you're breaking down barriers, and you're overcoming what you once thought you couldn't do. And that's my favorite thing ever, and that's why I became a coach, because every day I get to watch people walk in and break down these barriers that they didn't even know existed, and that's what just keeps me going through coaching. So I urge you to try to find a way to get past whatever comfort zone you're in, and figure out a way how you can get past it. Make sure you're challenging yourself. Make sure it's a hard enough job. If your job is easy and you don't have to do anything, and you work for 3 hours out of the 8 you're there, then how is it really a fulfilling career? Think of how you could make it better, or maybe it's not what you love, and you should start doing what you love that actually challenges you, so it doesn't feel like work. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I have on getting out of the comfort zone. If you have any questions, feel free to type them up and send them over, and I'll just kind of stay on for a little bit, just to answer any questions you might have about health or fitness or lifting or nutrition, things like that. Think of the ways that what you could do to challenge yourself today. You don't have to go out and run a Spartan race, or you don't have to join a gym if you're not comfortable. Just little steps. If you're in a completely, just to keep on the health note, but if you're completely sedentary, just even instead of coming home and eating dinner, how about you come home and go on a walk? Something like that. Just change your routine up so it kind of scares you. Put yourself in a situation. Go do something that you never thought you would do. Go try some new experience that you don't think you would normally like, or you normally do, and maybe you do hate it, but at least you tried something new and you put yourself out there and you went for it. That's pretty much all I have for today. It's a pretty short little video. Let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to message me afterwards. I hope you enjoyed this. Next week we'll probably talk about either goal setting or mindset or something along these lines of not just lifting and nutrition. All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.